everyone. Welcome to the New Age Geek channel. If you're new here, build an inclusive space for people of all walks of life through the power of friendship, magic, and tabletop role-playing games. Tonight we have Forging Fates 2 Shattered Seas, one of the two tables we run for Season 2 of Forging Fates, telling one overarching story. You already know all these amazing people we got with us today because you've been watching us for 5 episodes now. That being said, has anyone got anything going on this week that they want to shout out?
No, but go check out Villains by the Hour and Burn Hope over on the Paracosm Entertainment channel, because things are heating up on both of them. One from literal dragon fire, and the other because I guess rebellion against capitalism. Because it's villains for hire, so they've decided to go actual villain.
In the name, that makes sense.
That tracks.
Sunday, guys. I am continuing. Ooh, I can speak tonight. Subnautica. We have now built the Cyclops submarine, and now we have to go to the depths of the ocean. You can find that here on Twitch. And guys, I have thalassophobia, so this has been a real wild ride, playing Subnautica. But yeah, that's gonna be the Sunday.
You said you could find you on Twitch. What's the channel again for everyone?
Zella on Twitch, guys. I have a Dragon Girl VTuber.
All right. Anyone else got anything going on?
Don't got too much unless you want to watch some dark fantasy, spooky folk horror on Wednesdays before you catch Forging Fates 2. And you gotta see that before you get into the sands there. And besides that, just obviously you can see my background's different. I'll be talking about that and some other things that I have going on, as well as some conventions. You can find me at Vegas the Wanderer.
There you go. All right. I know our other table, a few of them for Tales of Pantheons, will be at a digital convention, and I believe they're playing Saturday on a live stream through the convention channel. So make sure you check that out. We will post this information on our Instagram as soon as it becomes available to us. That being said, we've got some role-playing to do and some beholders to finish killing, if possible. Hopefully the rest of the team doesn't die. That being said, Smog, why don't you go ahead and give us our recap for last week's episode?
So, last time we awoke in the middle of the night where we were observing the night market. There were many different kinds of things there, mostly of the ghostly spectral kind. But there were some strange merchants, like an elf that had potions in cages, a old horned woman with purple skin offering dreams and nightmares, while of course offering a hand in doing so, as well as a pair of kenkus we actually did trade with for a hook and a sword. And then we set off to where to find the thing that we were supposed to take care of down in the tunneling salt veins in the mountain. There was some observations, some talking. A shot was fired, to which we then had to immediately fight. And while we did get through an entire horde of zombies, there was a festering undead beholder. At least that's what Mel had called it, awaiting us. We were attacking it, It did not like me very much, to the point that it disintegrated me. I am a pile of dust in my belongings. I am dead.
Okay. All right. Let's get the battle map open. That being said, for the rest of you, as you watch as the body of Smog grays and turns to ash and dust and collapses upon the floor, you see the multi-stalked eyes of the creature. One of them, the one that's been shooting the disintegration, looks down at the dust of Smog. The others kind of whipping around, looking at all of you as it licks its massive lips and teeth. You see it prepare to move on to its next prey. Top of the initiative, Killen, you're up.
Yeah, so I think you see a moment of shock on my face as the grip on my normal scimitar loosens and it clangs to the ground, and then you hear kind of like a, I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna blow anyone's ears out. I'm gonna save you all from that, but like almost like not quite like a wounded, yeah, like not quite a wounded animal like roar, but like just pure rage. And as that happens, you see all of the fire on Kiln goes blue, like white hot blue. My clothes start smoking a little bit, and bursting from me is going to be blue flame and kind of like a flash. And I am going to use one of my subclass abilities. I'm going to use chaotic charge because my emotions are blinding me and I just want to fuck this thing up so hard right now. I'm gonna target, because I have to pick a point I can see within 60 feet of me. A square right behind the beholder that still like hits the beholder, because I think the beholder is like a large creature, right?
Yep.
Like 10 feet.
Yeah, it is large.
Okay, so I have to roll a d6 to see what happens. Oh gosh. Okay, not the worst thing that could happen. So that burst of blue fire that came off me as I screamed, part of it kind of redoubles and gets thicker and folds in on itself, and you see what looks like a cave bear of like flame coalesce and start charging at this beholder from behind. I have a friend now, a cave bear that's just gonna attack this beholder until it hits 0, and then it poofs away. So yeah, cave bears have multi-attack, so it's gonna hit with a bite and a claw, or try to hit with a bite and a claw.
Okay.
Its bite misses. I rolled a nat 1 for that.
Okay.
And then its claw, 11 plus 7, so an 18 to hit. Does it hit? Okay. So it's 2d6 plus 5. So that is 11 points of slashing damage to it from the bear.
Okay.
And as that has been happening, I have been in motion. As soon as that bear started to coalesce, I started to charge the beholder, I go into almost a roll, and with my free hand that used to have the plain scimitar in it, I pick up the one that Smog dropped and just like launch myself at this beholder, and try and aim for the eye stalk that casts the disintegrate ray. Because if I can't get rid of it, I'm at least going to be all up in its business, so it can't aim that one at anyone but me.
Okay.
And I'm just going to go to hit it with my action with Woeful Crackle. Because, what was it? Chaotic Charge is just a bonus action.
So roll your attack with Woeful Crackle.
That is a 10. That probably does not hit.
As you grip Woeful Crackle, as the blue fire is pushing out of you, and this rage is filling inside of you, you feel almost this pulse through the blade, and you see the edge of it begin to glow red, as it seems to be something inside of the blade seems to be awakening to the emotions and the energy you're putting out. You have advantage on this attack roll.
Ooh, okay. That is a lot better. So that is going to be an 18 to hit.
Okay, that hits. And it is high enough to be a targeted strike. So you can go ahead and roll your damage on the eye stalk.
That is a 9 slashing damage.
Okay. That's with... Doesn't Wolf Crackle have fire damage and everything too? Or no? No, not yet, right?
No, not yet. You just gave it a vicious weapon base.
And with the +1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With 9, you slash, and it digs into the eye stalk. It's not enough to take it off, unfortunately, but you do deal some pretty good damage to that eye stalk specifically and the creature as a whole. Is there anything else you wanted to do on your turn?
No, I'm just in its business. I am its problem, and the cave bear behind it is also its problem.
Okay.
We are its problem.
That's going to bring us to Melon then.
Getting ready to salt this thing's eyes as it has fallen someone who I've gotten to know and trust and teach and share with. I'm going to go for 2 shots with my hand crossbow to 2 different eye stalks.
Okay. You're targeting the eye stalk specifically?
Yeah, correct.
All right, go ahead and roll your attacks.
All right, so the first one will be that's only a 6, right? 16, 15. Yeah, a 15, and then the other one will be a 19.
Okay. So the 15 would have struck, but because you are targeting, the AC is higher, so you missed the first hit. The second one does strike true, though. Which eye stalk were you targeting?
Well, I know that Kayla just struck the one, and that one's not able to be struck again, right?
You could hit it again, yeah.
Sure. I'll go for the same one for the disintegrate.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
That will be that's going to be a total of 5 piercing damage on that one.
All right. That is enough to push that eye stalk over the edge. As you whip your blade around and slice it off, you see it like a fish kind of being pulled onto land. You see it just flop around in the sky.
Nice.
Before
I
it
don't know why I
lands.
was like imagining a balloon. Like
Yeah, as it pierces through there, I'll just stay, still afar there, trying to get as many good shots until I need to come up. But it seems like that pocket is pretty filled there, and this thing likes to move around, so I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. Smog. You're dead. But you're not gone. You feel a tug on your soul. Something is holding you from passing on. And as you are kind of materializing in this place and your consciousness is coming back, you feel your spirit being pulled deeper down into the caves.
Being pulled down deeper into the caves.
Yeah.
Can I try to resist the pull?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I totally didn't think about like where we physically are right now and what just happened.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay. You, as in this moment, you are kind of coming back into consciousness in this more spiritual form, being held here, and you can feel whatever this is holding you down or up, whatever way you feel like Smug's soul would be going, but you are being locked into this position in this space, and you cannot move on. But you're being drawn somewhere. You hear it like a song playing in the distance to you, somewhere deep within the caves. And that's going to bring us to Zyda.
As I see Smog just kind of turn into this pile of ash, I just, for a moment, like, have that kind of stunned look and then just immediate lock back into the fight. Alright, Rex, go ahead and bite him. Like, kind of calling out from the distance. And I'm gonna have Rex do a force-empowered rend.
Okay.
On the beholder. Let's see. If the thing will do the thing. Is it... Hold on, I'm trying to see what the... Is it just based off of my hit?
It might have its own stats in the, if you click the links on it.
I did, and it's... I see the move. Hold on. Ugh, sorry, guys. Steel Defender,
Your spell attack modifier to hit.
Okay.
If you tap on the Steel Defender and in the sidebar, you scroll down.
Okay, so yeah, Steel Defender, sidebar. Yes, I promise I can read. Sometimes. I see the thing. Oh, it's okay. It is okay. So it's. We're just gonna roll. Oh my god, if I could do so. Can't even see that dice. 15 plus 4, 19.
That
To
hits.
hit. Okay. And it's 1d8.
Plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Zyda Grand.
Hey. You can even see my dice are like flying off. For 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
Damagios. Alright. And then I will go ahead and line up my rifle and take a shot.
Go right.
Alright. for 14.
That does
Does
not
that
hit.
All right. Let's see. I will go ahead and end my turn.
All right. That is going to bring us to... Jesus Christ. Took me a second to figure out what I'm looking.
The pile of ash. It's fine.
Well, considering you're all face to face with him, he's going to go ahead and make a bite attack against you, Kiln. That is a 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Excuse me, sir. Is he taking a second attack?
Taking a second attack?
Is he?
He's taking an attack. He only has one attack.
Oh, well, I guess before, I wanted to do my thing.
Okay.
Since, and just shoot at him before he got, just really quick with the draw today.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I missed. It's an 11.
All right.
I get my reaction back. Yay.
I like to think I'm a little too hot. He goes to bite me, and he's like, "Oh no, this is gonna burn my mouth."
Why that's spicy? He is then going to move, however.
Oh no.
An attempt to escape deeper down into the cave. Kiln, the bear. Oh, no, not the bear. Kiln and the homunculus can go ahead and make attack of opportunity if they'd like.
Heck yeah.
Of course, I'm gonna have Rex take a bite.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 24 hits.
It does. Funny story.
It's okay. It only does.
That's
4.
a crit for you then, isn't it?
At this.
For vicious?
Oh yeah, because it is a vicious. Woeful Crackle is a vicious weapon, so that is considered a crit. Which
Being
means
helpful from beyond the grave.
it means actually this is going to get very messy because a whole lot of shit pops off when I hit a crit.
Do it.
Yeah,
Give
no,
it to
Rex
us.
rolled an 11.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't hit for Rex. So the way we do
Okay.
crits, I don't know if it's come up before. Whatever you roll for damage, whether it be like the standard damage roll, any bonuses you add onto it, like if it were Hunter's Marked or whatnot, all those dice, whatever you roll, is doubled. Then add the modifiers.
Okay. Also, because it's a crit, several things are gonna happen. I have the slasher feat, which means when I score a critical hit, it deals slashing damage to it. There's no adjacent creatures, so nothing happens. In that, I also have, as class features, when I hit with a critical, I get a roll on the wild magic surge check.
All right. First, let's deal with the
Nothing could
damage.
possibly go wrong.
First, let's deal with the damage.
I love wild magic.
Okay. So 2d6 because it's 1d6 normally, and then we'll do that.
So you can either roll 1d6 and just double whatever you get, or roll 2d6. It's up to you.
I'm just gonna roll 2d6.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 10 and then plus 3, so 13.
13, okay.
Slashing.
All right. This creature is looking rough.
Yeah.
You slice it as it's this bulbous head. You slice underneath of it, and you see just its body split open as entrails begin to just drop down from its body, whatever you want to call it. Just beginning to drip down. It covers across the bear as it floats over, but it's fire, so it starts to boil on top of its skin. Not a good sight. It smells terrible in here.
And then I rolled a 33 on the wild magic chart.
All right, I don't have a wild magic chart in front of me, so what does 33 say?
Maximize the damage of the next damage spell you cast within the next minute.
Okay.
Oh.
Would it be
Alright.
attack? In that
It
case,
just says damaging spell. That's all it says.
Alright. That is gonna end the beholder's turn. Which brings us to you, Kiln.
Hey, guess what I have?
Fireball!
I have produce flame, which I can throw at it.
Okay.
And because I can do that, it's a damaging spell, and it maximizes the damage. So if I hit, it's just gonna do 8 fire damage.
Alright, roll a hit.
Does a 23 hit?
That does hit.
That's 8 fire damage.
How do you want to do this?
I think I see the beholder trying to run away, and I just let out another one of those screams and just launch myself at it. And as I do, I produce flame and just like slam myself and the ball of fire into it, and then just keep pushing through its body as it like burns through it.
You launch forward, aiming towards that gash you put in it just previously. The fire spits around your fingers as it begins to lick out across, and you see the blue flames beginning to grow in your hand. You dive it deep into this creature, and you begin to push down as its wound curls backwards from the fire, heating up the dead, rotting skin. You push forward, and you see its eye begin to boil in its face, trying to float away from you, but it's just not able to get away fast enough. And you see as the flames pop the eyeball, as the whole body begins to melt and burn around you before you exploded outward, shedding entrails down the corridors ahead of you.
I think I just stand there like, you know how when you like ran too much or you're like too angry and you're just like almost hyperventilating? I'm still that blue flame, and I'm just standing there in the middle of whatever I did to this beholder, just having that almost panicked breathing.
I come up, seeing the determination and frustration on Gillen's face, and I put a hand on their shoulder. You did well to save us.
I think you find it rather warm to put your hand on my shoulder right now. My clothes are still smoking, and everything is still blue flame.
Well, I think our friend would want us to continue the journey the best we can. And I tried to find anything. I'm not particularly too looking at the magical weapons, but maybe any keepsakes, maybe a ring or anything, necklace that maybe Smog had. And if not, then I'll just take a little bit of ash and put it in a vial.
there would be one thing you would find. In my one bag, there is the book that I had asked for back when we were with the assembly. Perhaps you see something as you pick it up and shake it off. Inside the first couple pages would be kind of errant notes and rude, not particularly great sketches of the three of you drawn with an ink-tipped claw.
Take that book, flip it through the first few, and stifle tears. and I put it in my sack next to the same sack I keep my grimoire. And I will start looking about at some of the pieces shown from the carnage of the beholder, knowing some of what maybe these creatures can have, and my obviously expertise in them, and also my proficiency in maybe poisoners kit precisely, and seeing if there's anything I could salvage from this body to help us in our future adventures.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Yep, and considering it is for an aberration, and that is an intelligence base roll, I get to add +4 because I am good at this, guys. I'm really good at this. At least I'm supposed to be. Oh, all right. It's a 21.
21. Okay. Let's see. As you make your way and look through this body, you see there are bits and limbs of people inside of this creature as you're kind of digging through it. You do see a bit of digested body, we'll say, and there's a small leather pouch kind of attached to it.
Oh.
Kind of grab it, and you get 375 pieces of gold.
Contributing that to the hard work that our team, Smog, put in. I will obviously put that in the inventory for all us to share. Call it out. There's a leather pouch here. Some coin. Don't take away our loss, but maybe we can, I don't know, find somewhere to put Smog.
I think I don't hear what you say, but I hear you saying something, and that snaps me out of this void staring I've been doing enough to just start hacking off eye stalks of this beholder, like one by one, and setting them in a pile to the side. And then once I've like totally de-stalked this beholder, just chopping the main body into bits and then dragging the whole thing out of the cave. I don't think I hear anything else.
Okay.
Oh, seeing this side of Kilna, I kind of have not seen yet. I look over to Zaita and have you seen? I kind of like put my head down and shake it. I don't know how this is going to affect us all. Zaita, you know Smog better than, at least longer than us.
I mean, I kind of pause for a moment, like trying to gather the words. I only knew him for a little while, but that is not the way to go for anybody. I kind of walk over to like his belongings of like Ben's ashes, and pick up the iron flask and loose genie vessel. And then just kind of like all of the rest of the mundane stuff I kind of put into my bag of holding.
Roll me a roll me a d20. Sorry, Smog.
I was like,
roll me a d20.
Just
Go ahead,
a
Zella.
straight D20?
Yeah.
Or
Just for clarification, I'm not putting the genie vessel or the flask in my bag of holding.
Okay.
straight D20, that's 11.
11. Okay. Moving on.
Suspicious roll. But as I'm gathering the rest of the belongings, I kind of look to Mel. It doesn't get easier, you know. I've been around a while, and there's no same way to handle any kind of grief. And this kind of gruesome business of adventuring, you lose people. But we are gonna carry on, I guess. I know we took care of the beholder and all that, but we still do need to mine the ore while we're here. And I think with that, I'll go ahead and look around for if there's any like pickaxes or anything, just kind of like almost like hiding like the emotional side of like feeling sad from smog just kind of being disintegrated, just going straight back into work.
Okay. Looking around, it's not hard at all. There are pickaxes all over the place. You see a bit of this, like the crystalline structure of what you're assuming to be the salt. It is kind of grown out and is covering them a little bit, but you're strong enough, you're able to kind of rip it out of there with no issue.
Before we left this area, though, there is something I did want to examine. There's multiple crystalline structures that seem have to taken on and absorb blood. I would like to take those and see if I can get samples before we leave out of this place.
Okay. How much of it are you looking to grab?
At least a handful, maybe a few grams for sure.
All right.
I don't know how dense it is,
How are you
but-
trying to remove it, just so I know?
So I would take like honestly, what I would do is I'd probably just take a pickaxe, break it off of or even take off the haft of it, right, and kind of just slowly, pick away at it very neatly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're able to kind of chip off a good chunk of it. It breaks. The newer stuff, like the newest growths, break off pretty easily. But as it seems to get denser as you go in a little deeper on the crystal, and becomes a little harder to break off. But I mean, you're strong enough that it's not really that big of an issue. You're able to gather as much or as big of a sample as you're looking to get.
Okay. What should I formally? I was gonna say blood salt. Is that fair to
Yeah,
name
that's
it?
fine.
Maybe?
Whatever helps you remember it is fine with me.
Okay. Cool.
Smog, roll me a d20.
18 on the die.
Okay. Zyda, as you're kind of sitting there going through the various things, you're pulling up the bit of pickaxe, and you watch as Melon is chipping away a little bit of that salt rock on the wall. You see this almost shimmer in your vision. Swear for a second you see Smog there. And as you turn, nothing there. But he's a little bit deeper into the cave. A little bit further.
Like kind of looking across the way where Melon is like grabbing the blood salts. Mel, I think I just saw. No. You know what? Nah, fuck it. I think I just saw smog.
Are you joking? What do you mean?
No, I swear, out of the corner of my eye, like pointing down deeper into the cave. I don't know. Like kind of like shouting out to Kiln, like is Kiln still outside of the cave? Or
Yeah,
is
so,
Steven?
so once I get done dragging the beholder out of the cave enough where it's not in anyone's way, I think I came back in just far enough to also chunk up the zombies and drag all of those parts out and just pile them up on the beholder. So I don't think you've seen me come back in fully yet.
Okay. I kind of call out, Kiln. I think. Oh, damn. I think we need to go deeper in. I don't know. I hope there's not anything else in here, but I don't know. I'm gonna trust my gut on this one.
I trust you. I will follow you. Wherever you want to go. Let's go.
Yeah, I think from that point, I'd go ahead and start walking down the corridor a little bit.
All right. Begin to make your way down deeper into the mines as the darkness begins to encroach on you all. On you two, at least. Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't. So what I will end up doing is just taking out, of course, what I'm used to in any pack I have is one of my torches, and I have my hand crossbow in the other hand, just thinking about.
All right. Smog, roll me d20.
Another 18.
Okay. Smog, you're feeling this pull down deeper into the cave. You feel it like a tug in your heart, just pulling you down there, as if you're being drawn to something. What would you like to do in this situation?
Does it feel forcefully that I'm being pulled? Like,
It feels like your steam and someone's opened a window. It feels like the path through.
what's around me?
As you look around, you see, even in this state you're in, you can see your friends. They are these... As you turn to look at them, they are these drawn out, like, they look like they're made of smoke. And you see them, their bodies kind of whipping around in this other plane, this reflection plane that you're in. And you see, looking at it, you're still within this mine. And there are those veins that are running. You can see them now a little bit more clearly. They almost seem to be running from a place deeper in the caves. They're running out. You can see this energy kind of pulsing through them. You can see the iron in the walls as well, glowing, but a little different color. Whereas whatever that salt or energy within it is, it's different than what the iron is. The iron is there just glowing, and it's like a warm hug as you move towards it, and it almost wants to pull you in as well. But you hold off, and as you move closer, you see it begin to glow with your essence as it begins to infuse into the iron. And you see these different elements moving around you. and you feel that pull to go deeper.
Can I make any check to... I guess what would be the check to try and make sense of what's going on?
You can either roll an Arcana, a Religion, or I don't know, Arcana or Religion, and if there's another, or maybe Nature, I'll say, if you want to try and justify a Nature check. Depending on which one you choose will determine the information revealed with your roll.
I mean, I feel like I definitely remember turning into dust, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I feel like... I mean, we're in a spiritual kind of place, so I feel like religion might be the way to go. It's still just a straight roll, but...
Okay.
11.
You're not necessarily the most religious individuals. You know, when you die, your spirit go up or goes down or somewhere else. You're not really super sure. Whatever is happening right now is unique. You've kind of died before. You know what that feels like.
Would as I get closer to the outgrowth of crystals around the iron, does it feel like I'm losing my sense of self?
As you move towards them, roll me a perception check, just so I can, well, just for shits and gigs.
Perception. That is 18.
Okay. With an 18, as you approach and your kind of hand reaches out to the iron, you feel it pull you in. You feel your energy dissipate. And you watch as you do that, your hand begins to dematerialize, and it feels like you're being pulled into the iron and dissipated. It's not a good feeling.
I would definitely try to pull back against it as soon as that happens.
Mm-hmm. You pull back and you feel that emptiness that would be your limb, but eventually it begins to reform as your sense of self is strong enough to reform in this moment.
There is a larger light, something deeper within this place that there is. I mean, thinks it would be dangerous. At the same time, I'm not seeing much of a variety of paths open to me, so I'd say cautiously I would go towards it.
Okay. I will say, just so you're aware of all your options, there you have seen spirits walking amongst people out of the cave, so you do have a sense that it is possible.
Okay.
And you are able to leave, like you're not being actively pulled since we're able to resist it. So you could choose to not explore deeper in the cave if you don't want to.
The path deeper into the cave, it feels like the same kind of pull as like with the crystals.
So the crystals, as opposed to the iron, aren't so much as they're not absorbing you like the iron does. The crystals seem to be a focusing of energy, and it's pulsing out from deep within. You almost, watching it, it looks like it's like an infection. And there's these radial waves pushing out of it.
Infection. Could I try to break some of it?
You're a spirit, so you get the sense that probably isn't going to work, but you can certainly try.
I would say I would attack with claws, but given my current status, would I just like try and then nothing happens? Or
So you swing to attack it. And as opposed to moving through it, you feel yourself hit a solid object. You have no energy to kind of damage it, but you can feel your hand is unable to pass through it. And it doesn't get absorbed like the iron. Zyda and Melon, there's a moment where you see those crystals that have been relatively unremarkable as you're walking down, besides just being there. You see suddenly as one of them glows in a flash momentarily before disappearing.
Wait, Zyda. Zyda, did you see that?
I did. What did they tell us about this place? Exactly. We knew that it was the mine down here, that they got the metal here, but they didn't say anything about like this salt.
No. It seems like to be I don't know, source of magic somehow.
Right. Well, if it's got magic, maybe I can possibly work with it. And I'll go ahead and take some about 15 minutes to do a ritual cast of Identify in the spot where we saw the light kind of go off.
Okay. You cast Identify on the crystals that are there. It's not really a magical item that can be identified, but you start to gather that this has some sort of focusing elements to it. There's you're smart. You've been around a long time. You've heard of Whitestone. You know the power of the Whitestone rock. I can't think of Residium.
Yep. Yeah, Residium.
Residium.
It's like, I don't know.
You know that is this very powerful crystal that is able to be formed from the Whitestone rock. This is very powerful magical focusing device. You've never heard of it growing naturally, but it seems whatever this is, there's a lot of similarities to Residium, but it's growing naturally. Or at least it looks like it's growing naturally.
I know this is kind of dumb. I go ahead and I tap the spot that lit up, but also kind of at the same time kind of have like a firebolt kind of like almost starting to just like have just kind of light up enough to where it's like there's some kind of light source against the stone.
Okay. You hold the fire in your hand and you reach out and tap the crystals growing. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Is a 10.
A 10. Very suddenly, as you tap and make that connection, the fire in your hand explodes suddenly with energy. It becomes almost uncontrollable and it bursts out. How much damage does your spell do?
1d10.
Okay. You take 3 points of fire damage as the spell becomes wild and uncontrollable in your hand.
I think, funny enough, Zaita being the very intelligent and yet very dumb at the same time about this, but being more of a scientific and like engineering mind, I'll go ahead and I'll use a shocking grasp to again hit the same spot. For science.
Okay. Shocking grasp is a touch attack, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you reach out and you grab hold of the crystal and you see just what should be this small stun, like little lightning bolt. As you touch it, explodes out across the veins of the crystal. Far more powerful than you expected.
Mel, I think this stone is some kind of amplifier. Like, it's taken some of the most basic spells that I have and just kind of exploding a little bit. And that is that is not something you see every day.
Melon.
So, as I kind of look through, and I still have like this very sunken, sullen face about me, and I look at Zaita. Well, we have nothing to do but go up. Z, can you do something for me? I know that you're more inclined to the arcane than those that we have befriended so far. I need you to make me a promise.
And what kind of promise would that be?
that when you think that it's too late, that you just trust what I know and our magic to get us through a little bit longer.
So you just want me to make a promise that we'll all trust each other?
But we have to survive with one another. It's going to be hard if I don't think that, I don't know, you'd throw my shoes in the water if I wasn't looking.
I mean, I don't think I'd throw your shoes, but maybe like if the boat was on fire, I'd throw you maybe. Not very strong, but I get what you mean. Alright, I can make that promise. But it still feels like he's here. I don't know. Smog, are you still here?
Smog, you hear through echoing around you Zyda's voice.
Do I still see?
You see him.
An... I would be very unsure of my current circumstance and my own ability to do anything. But I do at least know that the crystal reacted to my touch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll simply just like knock against it twice.
Okay. You watch Zyda, as in almost in response, you see that crystal.
I immediately look over to Mel. Oh, no, come on. Look. There's no way that's a fucking coincidence.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry, that was a weird and quick and queer because Pride Month. Hey, really weird restart that just happened. So, I go over, I examine. Do you think he's calling out? And I take a look and I try to examine to see if there's any particular energy that I'm used to coming from what we're seeing, I guess, or any signs or inscriptions or anything, I guess that looks, especially as someone who's as someone who's like kind of, sure, monsters are my thing, but monster using or magic casters are my kind of thing.
Right.
So
roll me an arc on a check.
sure. It's not, there's no monster relation to this, right?
No,
just normal.
this is
Okay.
not
Cool.
aberrations or
This is going to be a 19.
okay.
Oh wait, sorry. That's 6 plus 5 is not 9.
Nope.
It's a 21.
Okay. With a 21, there's definitely some sort of spiritual connection here. You're starting to kind of put two and two together. Whatever is going on in this town where spirits aren't able to pass on, or there seems to be at least a concentration of spirits, you're gathering Smog may not have passed on either. Whatever is happening here, he's caught in that web.
I think Smog is caught in between with the rest of these people that have found their demise here. There seems to be a bottleneck of souls stuck I look about. I don't know if we have to literally get into the bottom of it, but it is what I'm seeing. The patterns are repeating.
All right. This is gonna be a weird ask. Can I use detect magic to like see if I see Smog's spirit?
Okay. I will say, just from experience, you would know that a spirit doesn't necessarily count as like a magical thing you could see.
Yeah. I I'm thinking in terms of, because like we know that Smog is a warlock, so he's kind of bound by like a magical pact.
Yep.
If there's any kind of signature coming off that way.
So you cast detect magic. There is a strong magical presence on his flask, on the scimitar. Something deep within inside the cave is very powerful magic. The crystals have magic. The iron does not, because that is a more spiritual thing, not magic per se.
Oh, I don't know.
Jesus Christ. I think we should go to break.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, everyone. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Hey.
we're back. Thanks to an internet refresh. An unfortunate freeze frame. Okay. So, picking up where we last left off. Mira. No, Zyda.
I was like, wait, which character? Okay, sorry guys. Ooh, past characters. I think at this point I would probably follow the stronger source of magic that I'm feeling deeper in the cave.
Yep.
Kayla, Mel, I think we need to go deeper in... Wrong accent. Ooh. Guys, I'm tired too. Oh, good. Wrong accent. Yeah, I think we need to just go deeper into this cave. I don't know what's down there, but we know that Smog's soul is trapped here.
But I don't argue with saving our friend. You don't have to worry about that from me.
Hiln, what are you doing in this moment? You are still kind of outside.
Yeah, so while Melon and Zyda have been doing all this investigating and harvesting ore and figuring out there's something in the cave, I have gotten all of the dead, undead, re-dead body parts, piled them in a pile outside of the cave. I'm still fully blue and just kind of like almost like I'm not there. And as soon as everything's piled up, I produce flame in my hand, and it's this weird crackling mixture of blue and my normal flame. And I think I just scream and slam it into the pile and do that over and over and over again until the pile is ash. And every time I do, you see a little bit more of the blue like settle down or go away. And when it's finally just like a pile of ash, I'm back to normal. And I think in that moment, I realize I have no idea where Zyda and Melon are. And I immediately head back into the cave to go find them.
Okay. Okay. You head down back into the cave. And you are quick to find Zyda and Melon as they're working their way down deeper into this cave.
Carolyn, can you tell me something? How hard were you working at that? Were you kind of like just like mindlessly like smashing your emotions into this task?
So it mindlessly, yeah, but I think it was like weirdly and like deadly efficient. Like I was clearly not there. You saw me dismembering and breaking apart the beholder, but like I went for the base of the eye stalk. Eye stalk gone, eye stalk gone, eye stalk gone, eye stalk gone. And then the main body was like half and quartered and eighth into carable piece. Like it was extremely deadly efficient, but no one was driving at the wheel.
I will say,
So
as Kiln makes her way back down, you can see like her shirt and everything's covered in this old ichor, and it's just old rotted blood and coagulated blood and bits of flesh. Her hands are completely clean. As it proceeds up, you see it like the blood and ichor is burnt onto her forearms before kind of turning into the wet juice across her whole body.
So as Gun comes up, I stand up, looking at their face, and I reach up, and I just touch the face, wiping something away, and it sizzles on my hand like a droplet of magma or lava, and I flick it away. Are you back?
still got a job to do.
That we do. I'm glad you're here.
And I am no longer blue. Back to the normal fire like motif of myself. But yeah, absolutely covered in just gore.
Okay.
I think upon seeing Kiln walk up, I kind of go up to the three of us, little hunched up, and I just cast prestidigitation on all of us. Alright, y'all. I know we've been going through a lot, but like, let's tidy up a little before we go deeper into this cave.
I mean, we're honestly at this point probably just gonna be back to covered in gore.
Well, that's true.
We hit
Probably, hopefully not.
and an undead beholder. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit something more the further down we go.
I look you sternly in the eye. Well, what did you teach us? Better to make gore than to be gore, right?
Yeah, no, I swear, you both need to focus in. Do not break rule number 1, okay? And I think you hear like my voice crack a little bit on that, like, okay. Focus on.
You know, Kiln, the only thing that's gonna get me is old age. I'm not gonna die, like, motioning and, like, looking around here. Like, we'll be fine. Just kind of, like, trying to reassure you.
Okay. Well, as you all turn and begin to proceed further down the tunnel, Zaida, you notice something from Kill. She is working her way down. You see those bits of flames in her hair where they normally flick up, like as you know, a normal flame would. You see them flick out to the sides towards the crystals on the wall.
Kiln, I don't want to alarm you, but your hair is, acting a little bit differently. Does it, normally, and, in any kind of specific occasion do that? As I'm, like, motioning to, like, how, Kiln's hair is moving.
I think not being able to see my own hair, I just like give you a weird look, and I'm like, you need like fire?
I mean, like, your hair normally does this, like, swish thing where it kind of goes up. This is different, and, I don't want to alarm you more. Don't let your hair touch the salt. It is an amplifier, and it may or may not explode.
I mean, it won't hurt me.
We're not fire resistant.
Say, if
It
we're
may
cold,
hurt us.
it won't be good for us.
Stay here a moment, and I think I'm gonna jog like a decent amount away from the group. Because, you know, Zaida mentioned Zaida being both smart and dumb, but Kiln is dumb and dumb. So just jog a decent amount away so there's like they won't get caught in it, and I just again I can't see my own hair, so I go near the salt and just kind of like lean forward.
As you lean forward, you see that the bit of like ethereal fire that kind of coats you, you see it pull towards the salt. Very subtly, barely at all. But you notice just a very faint bit pulling towards there.
I'm gonna do like the mean girl hair flick, and have some of it touch the salt.
As it touches it, you see it dim a bit in that space before it kind of flicks back to behind you.
Nothing happened. I think we're good.
Thank God, I kind of forgot that her hair was made of fire, and then the whole thing with the fire earlier. God, that would have been real bad, because we kind of told them we weren't going to blow this place up, and I really still don't want to do that.
We need to be careful.
Wait, what thing with the fire earlier?
Nothing! Nothing at all!
Just watch where you put that thing for too long.
Jogs back to the group.
Okay.
Do you think this is the part where we should maybe look for the metal and take it and go?
I mean,
Perhaps. But
we could also pay this, like, the part of the job that gets us the ores, making sure that the mine's cleared out so they can come back.
Well,
yeah,
but
that's
yes.
true.
Yes, but we were able to take whatever ore we found. So before we continue any further, let's see if we can find some good things.
All right, that's fair enough, I guess.
Okay. So you guys gonna spend some time pulling some iron out of the walls?
Yeah,
Yep.
just in case we're having to run out later.
Okay.
For reason.
Roll me a athletics check. Whoever is gonna be pulling iron.
I'll do it. I'm really good.
you do it. I was like, we're both intelligence based.
I'm
And
not.
that's weird.
Can
Because-
I assist
Right.
with my like either my background with Smith's tools or finger tools? Not that I think Kel needs it, but
Yeah, you can. Kellen can get advantage if you're just gonna assist. If you wanted to do it, Zaida, you would get your athletics check plus your proficiency bonus on top of that.
It's double 20s. Not nat. Dirty.
okay, 20s.
Okay.
We like double 20s.
You spend the. How long do you want to do this? First off.
Well, we were promised to have enough for, I believe, 6 bars was
Okay.
what the on thing was.
So, just spending some time on it, you're able to draw out 3 bars worth. It's a very large chunk. It needs to be smelted down, and obviously the
Right.
impurities removed. But you pull out enough iron to do 3 bars eventually.
Okay.
Good job. This was a good start. We can go more, or we can keep going and see if we find something better later. At least now we have something.
All right, yeah. We can go ahead and just put it in my bag as I kind of open up the bag of holding, so we can put it away.
Okay.
I think I just tossed it in there. with that dirty 20, I think it happened pretty quick, and I just was like, okay, you told me to do it.
Yeah, I just kind of like struggle as like catching it. All right. Yeah, that'll be a good start, and then we can grab the rest on our way out.
Okay. With that, you'll proceed further down into the cave.
Yeah.
Smug,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Oh no.
I would be kind of following behind the, I guess they're mist-like forms
Okay, roll me a d20.
from what I see. 16.
16. Okay. You all again get those flashes of spirit or something moving around you as those crystals begin to glow, and as Smog moves past them, though you can't really make out his solid form. But you can sense that he is with you as you all proceed further down. And as you go down,
Anybody else feel like they're being watched or followed?
I'm gonna try something. And if Smog is still here, do you think he can interact with this? And I take out a chunk of the blood salt and like hold it out before me, and seeing if whatever form he's in can touch that and what happens.
I presume seeing Mel extend their hand, I'll just kind of take one finger and just like tap it twice.
Nothing happens.
I shake it a little bit. I put
If
it
there's
in my pack.
if there's a crystal like wall nearby where they have their hand extended, I would tap twice.
You see it glow.
Okay.
Right.
I don't think. Well, maybe because that salt's already out of the wall.
It's possible.
Right.
I think
The magic's only getting stronger from earlier, so whatever is down there is.
we're getting close.
Be it
Yeah.
from me to try and explain anything, and I'm just gonna vaguely gesture around like woo woo magic-y. But certain components like salt and amplifier.
Yeah, I may or may not have exploded myself earlier trying to figure that out.
Yeah, so maybe the ghosty stuff is not the salt itself, but an amplification of something deeper in the mine.
So something extra undead spirit. You know, Kiln, I remember you saying that you knew customs for the undead and such. Is there some kind of offering or something that we need to bring to them?
Not an offering, but I did destroy them with fire. That's where I was. I destroyed all the undead with the fire thingy, so they didn't come back.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because, I also do not want to piss off the entity that apparently I thought was only the beholder, but apparently there is something more magical at the bottom of this cave.
I mean, it's definitely better than having a horde of zombies and an undead beholder sneak up behind us.
You know what? That's fair. Touche. Alright.
And the
Well-
only way I know to make sure undead does not re-undead themselves is they are ash.
Also fair? Alright. Yeah, we should get moving then, because
I shake the vial of our action friend after you say that.
Okay. So you all proceed?
yeah, I think as we start moving along, I'll speak out loud to Smog. Smog, I don't really know what's at the bottom of this cave. We're going deeper in if you want to follow. Also, please let it be you and not some other weird spirit. Please.
Who are you talking to?
I think maybe Smog. I don't know. I don't deal with undead.
Roll me a d20, Smog.
Two.
Okay, nothing. Okay. As you all begin to continue on down this cave, the firelight from Kiln and Melon's fires kind of illuminating the hall and then reflecting off the crystal. Eventually you come down and turn this corner and you enter into this very large clearing, clearly made from pickaxes. You could see the scrape marks on the walls. You look up and you see the veins kind of twisting of crystal. You see them twist around the room, all converging to one spot on the opposite wall. You watch as you enter into this room as this spiritual version of smog manifests, entering into the room. His body becoming visible in this moment. There's still the semi-transparent version of him. And as you all look across the room, the firelight twinkling off the crystals, illuminating this space, you see this cube placed in the wall. Not placed, trapped. Like it was excavated around, and its crystals grew from it or growing towards it. You can't really tell. But you see this ivory and obsidian cube seated there in the wall, etched in this gold filigree. Perfect, even though it is buried in stone, or was buried in stone. It has now been uncovered. Smog, you feel that open window there. You could go through it and it will pull you to some other place.
I mean, the way you describe it sounds like... It sounds like if I do that, I'm gone. So if I'm getting that feeling from this cube, I wouldn't want to go near it.
Okay.
At all.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I think I'm definitely getting closer to the cube to look at it.
Is Ghost Smog still visible?
Yeah. And you, as you look towards him, Killen, you see like that etherealness. When you see spirits, like that shimmer around them is pulling towards this cube, as is your hair. You see it flick towards whatever this is.
I think you see me do that same like twist and flick with a little flame towards both the cube and Smog, and then I also do the little like okay symbol that you saw me do towards the spirit market and mutter something under my breath again.
Okay. The spell you cast does not seem to be drawn towards the cube at all. It just forms there.
Leave this to you, smart people. But generally, things that make ghosts aren't great. You just what to hit. I'll hit it, but
Well, maybe this is something that we could take advantage of, possibly. I don't know too much about it.
Does the cube look like it's been, like, someone's tried to remove it? Whether, like, during the excavation, like if it's been, like, someone, like, either put their hands on it or, like, we're trying to, like, chip it out with some kind of pickaxe or something?
Sure. Roll me an investigation check. How close are you getting to it?
Just close enough that I could I could reach out to it, but I'm not going to touch it.
Okay.
And it's a 16.
16. Okay. You kind of begin to examine the space. You see the wall around it is sheared off, like they hit a piece of cleavage on the rock and it just slid off, revealing this. There doesn't seem to be any pickaxe marks around the cube specifically, And it just seems to be there. It doesn't seem like it is locked in place at all. But as you've gotten closer to it, you can see even through the gold filigree, the filigrees don't connect with each other. Number one, whereas you would expect, it's kind of like a bit here and then a different space, like different bit here, and the entire outer skin of this thing, you see small dots, like these like white dots on this void like black background.
I don't know what this is. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I'm gonna go ahead and use a spell slot for identify.
Okay. All right, you cast identify on this cube. You feel this moment as you cast on it, and it is of divine nature. Whatever this is comes from a different plane of existence. As you're looking at it, there is no way. As you look at it, you feel your vision pull into it, and you realize the geometry of this box isn't possible in 3 dimensions. It looks like a cube, yeah, but as you kind of look into it, you realize there's more to it. And you can see that this is a master-worked craft of planar engineering. But there are no words to describe what it is.
Do I get the sense that maybe, in a weird regard, that the cube or like item could be sentient in some way, since it's from a divine plane?
Okay. There's nothing in your identify spell that suggests that it would be sentient.
Yeah.
It does appear like as you kind of are looking at the magical elements of this thing, it does seem to be multi-dimensional. So it's like an outer area, an inner area, an inner area. There's something to this. Almost feels like a puzzle.
Okay. I look back to like the spirit visage of Smog and then Kilm and Mel. Guys, I don't know. I kind of want to move this if I can. I know that sounds like a really, really bad idea. Smog, are you okay? Like, can you talk to us here?
It's at that moment I would be surprised and actually realize you all can see me. And like I'll look at each of you.
Are you back with us?
Not exactly.
think Kiln was trying to be nice earlier. Maybe you can give them a compliment sandwich.
I'll glance over to Kelm and I'll kind of slowly walk over to them. You, and as I'm like trying to find words, I just kind of reach one hand out and kind of awkwardly pat one of your shoulders.
I move back before you can touch me. I have, as soon as you appeared, I have not taken my eyes off of you. And I let you approach me, but as soon as you go out to touch me, I step back.
You, did good.
And then you hear the sound of like metal, like somebody's fiddling with something, and you realize that I have been like popping the scimitars in and out of the their like sheaths, like not quite drawing them, but like doing that like little pop where like they're easier to draw, and then like putting them fully back in and popping them back out, like almost like a twitch.
Got some use out of that sword more than I did, I guess.
If we're still together using our tools, aren't you still not getting use out of it?
I'll glance to the wall that has the cube jutting out of it. I can feel that thing pulling at me.
Do you think it's your way to come over, or is it the way to cross over to something else?
I don't know. Almost died one time.
Yes, Kim.
Not to this extent, though.
Yeah, no, killed actually in game.
Raises their hand.
Kiln, yeah, do you have a question?
Likely is it we have been misled in some regard, and whatever this is didn't happen because a spirit got insulted and came to the mines, but because of that thing.
I don't know what this thing is. I can tell it's not from here. It's not exactly a cube, but it's also got some kind of divine feel to it. I'm not really a religious person per se, but I don't know. We can always pull it out.
I cautiously move next to where Zyda is. slowly.
As you get closer and closer, you feel that pull more and more. You run the risk of being pulled in, you feel like, if you get too close.
I look to the shoulder and my left, and what coalesces is a owl shape that's been there the whole time, really. And Zemi, do you want to check it out closer? And I will, as I send out like the familiar out to get closer to the cube, I will transfer my sensory into it to try to see if I can get a better look or sense of what's going on in there, and might even grab it. We'll see.
Okay. As your owl floats closer and closer to it, even through your vision, you don't notice anything unusual. Nothing seems to be interacting with your spell in an unusual way.
Okay. What happens if I will try to? I will command the owl to grab the cube. Is it loose in that space or is it steadfast?
Just kind of grabs it, and as it touches, you see it kind of shift a little bit. Doesn't seem to be like pinned in place at all. Easily able to be pulled out, it seems like.
Upon seeing Zemi pull the cube, am like seeing how loosely it kind of came out, or not, I guess with not much difficulty, could I assume that maybe someone had put this here instead of them just finding it?
You would have to look. So the rock around it is kind of sheer, and there's crystals, veins coming out from around this. Unless it seems like whatever this is, it's been here longer than this cave has been. While the cube looks fresh, for these veins to have grown here, you don't know how fast they're growing, per se. But
okay. I think I get what you're saying now.
It's not striking you as having been freshly placed there. It looks like whenever they broke this stone open that it's in, the stone sheared in half along like a natural line, and this was inside the center of it.
And where the cube was sitting, am I seeing like the veins, like either like I think the salt veins, because earlier I kind of recognized that this was not naturally occurring.
Mm-hmm.
Am I seeing the veins kind of branch off where that was sitting?
Yep, they are literally coming out from where this cube is in the wall.
That is interesting. I go ahead and Zemi already has a hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
I go ahead and kind of like hold my my left hand out. I kind of look at Zemi and then look at Mel. I'll hold it with my not actual hand, if that's all right.
I think the more that we have for ourselves to protect ourselves and defend is the better.
So with that, the cube slowly is pulled out and it drops down into your hand. And it is
scared.
It feels dense. Like as it lands into even through your artificial hand, you feel it clunk down in there, and it's heavy. It's not overly heavy where you're not able to hold it, but it feels heavier than it looks. It's heavier than it looks. You even through, like, as you kind of are looking at it, you can feel a warmth coming off of it. And you specifically, now that it's touching you or touching a part of you, you can hear it singing. It's a beautiful song. This high melodic tune, just barely at the edge of your hearing.
As I'm like holding the cube, I just kind of like look at it. Hey, Cube, you're kind of singing at me and scaring me a little. Please don't explode. Or something weird that's gonna kill us all.
Doesn't respond. Doesn't seem to make any change.
Well, guys, it's singing at me. Please tell me y'all can hear that.
Nope, that's all you.
I've heard its song. I'm still hearing.
Yeah, you
The
hear the
song?
song. You've heard the song the whole time.
I am.
Alright, well that's, well, you're dead in hearing it. I'm holding it, I'm hearing it. Y'all aren't hearing it. That is massively concerning. I'm more scared that, if you go through this, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I think you see me give like a deep sigh and almost like get a little bit like curled in, just like slumped shoulders, like I've been come resigned to something, and I step around Ghost Smog and over to you, and I put a hand out, and I'm like, again, I'm not the smart one. Maybe you should try dropping it in my hand. Because outside of Smog, I'm the closest one to death.
We'll take your word for that, but be careful. This thing is very strange, and I've seen a lot of strange things. But I kind of look to Mel and I'm like, alright, I trust you, you trust me, right?
I shake my head with intensity and looking you in your eye.
Alright. And I kind of like just put my hand out and kind of like tip the cube over into Kiln's hand.
Like when Bilbo dropped the One Ring on the floor, you see it just fall down into Kiln's hand like a solid rock. You hold it, Kiln, and it feels warm even to your touch. And you kind of are getting a better look at it now. You can see the multi-dimensionality of it. Roll me a nature check.
It's not gonna.
What'd you roll?
12?
12. Not a hard roll. As you're looking at it, you can see those white dots across the obsidian surface. They look familiar. They're stars. But they're not in the right shape. There's a bit of it, like you recognize small bits of it, but they're not where they should be in relation to each other. And that's when you realize this is a puzzle.
I, again, am not smart, but as someone proficient in navigation and seafaring and sailing,
Yep.
does it seem like I can move the white dots? Because if it does, I'm going to start moving them into where they should be as constellations.
Yeah. As you begin to run your fingers across it, you see as they move to your touch. You start to twist and turn. You see the rest of you see as the whole box itself twists in her hands. I need you to roll me either a sleight of hand or an investigation check. Add a extra proficiency bonus because of your navigation.
Okay.
Would I provide any help because I'm also proficient in navigator's tools? Like ops, like I'm not gonna touch it, but like observation.
Yeah, I'll say you can give her advantage.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 16 with the additional proficiency.
And that's at advantage?
Yeah, because I rolled a 6 and a 13.
Okay. You spend some time doing it, and you just can't seem to get it in the right shape. You come to a halt there where you're not able to you can't figure out the turns to get this Rubik's Cube of a box into the right shape to make the constellation. You get frustrated with it and kind of have to put it down for a little bit before you're able to proceed in your next attempt.
Yeah, I'm going to do it till I get frustrated, and then I'm going to be like, okay, it's a puzzle. I think I got it, but I set the box down and then just start doing push-ups until I feel like my brain is not overworked again, and then get back up and pick up the puzzle box and try and get it.
All right, I'll give you one more try on this for the day as you attempt to give it another go.
And I'll help again.
Okay.
That time it is a 24.
24. Okay. You twist and turn, and you begin to align the constellations up. And as you do, you see that last twist you have to make, and you go and you turn it, and suddenly the box shifts in your hand. You feel a corner dig into your palm, drawing a little bit of blood as the four corners kind of flick out on each end, allowing you to see a little bit deeper into it. You hear that music growing louder. You now have the blessed condition for 1 hour. You hear that music grow louder, though, as you can see these gears inside twisting and turning, which makes it, again, this is just so strange to look at. It is too big and too small and too heavy, but too light, and things don't make sense about it. But you watch as that first trial was completed. You notice your hair pull a little bit more towards this cube. And Smog, you feel that music grow louder. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
$22.
You feel a sudden tug at your chest as your spirit is almost pulled into this box in this moment as the corners flick out and open. But you're able to resist.
Do we see that kind of tug of Smog, like almost being like pulled forward?
Yeah.
I look to Smog and just like a very like confused and curious look. Smog, are you all right?
I'm not sure. I do think it would be bad if I touched that.
I mean, I do have your vessels. I hold up his genie vessel. Can you even use this right now in that form?
I was only able to enter it when I was alive. I don't. Am I able to interact with my genie's vessel at all?
How do you want to try?
I guess starting with just being able to touch it.
Okay. As you reach out and touch it, you feel you move through the surface of the vessel. But as you move through it, you feel yourself touch that inner plane that resides within.
Want to attempt to try to enter inside.
Okay. Zyda, do you pull the cork or not?
I think as I see that Smog is trying to interact with it, I'll go ahead and unstop the vessel.
As the vessel unstops, you see a familiar pull, like it's not from the cube. You can feel that slight pull, nowhere near as strong, but you could feel it there as well. That opening to another realm, another dimension, another universe. And as you move forward, you pull yourself in, and you are now contained within your vessel. You no longer feel the pull from the cube, from anything that is happening in the cave.
I kind of like look at the vessel. Smog, can you still hear us?
Considering it's opaque, I'll like in the space that it creates, I'll like do like hard taps on the walls and hoping that it extends out from the vessel.
You're still a spirit and unable to physically interact with the objects in this room. So no sounds produced, but you are in there. You did see him pull into the jar.
I was like, I looked to the rest of the party. I mean, at the very least, we know he's not going to get pulled into whatever that is.
Huh?
What
and
is that?
I think you see Kiln finally look up, and there's just a little bit of smoke coming out of either of her ears as I have worked really, really hard to unlock this first layer of whatever this is. I think it's an onion puzzle thing.
Are you alright? I mean, I hold up the genie vessel as I put the stopper on top. Alright, well, Smog is in here. So not in there, as I'm pointing to the cube.
Do you guys need to keep trying? I mean, this feels like just the first layer of things, and I feel like maybe we, well, I don't know, don't keep going for a little bit, or do you want me to keep? What I'm saying is, right? I am not smart about a lot of things. And I can be reckless. But maybe continuing to open a puzzle box we do not know anything about without first being prepared to, like, immediately go into some, like, heinous situation. Probably a bad idea.
I don't disagree, but I'm also worried about what's going to happen if we take that out of here. But I also don't want to leave it here. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's like an either-or situation. We either take it with us or we leave it here. So if you don't like either option, and I think
Alright.
you see me pause, and you see smoke leaking out of my ears.
Oh lord. Alright. Remind me what exactly our contract is for here. So if I need to talk our way out of this later, I know the exact wording I need to use. What was the exact contract that we had?
The exact contract was get rid of the spirit in the mines, and we are able to mine whatever we want from the mine, and they will smelt 6 bars worth of spirit touched iron for us in exchange for repairing things around town and training some apprentices to continue fixing things.
Alright. We technically don't know that is not a spirit or something. with the extra heavy emphasis on something. You know what? You know what? Can I see it one more time? Now that you've got it opened up.
Yeah, I think it took some of my blood. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
That... Oh lord, that is usually not a good thing, but we'll take a look.
I assume you want it back in the not hand.
Yeah, I don't really want to touch that thing if it's gonna blow off an arm or something. Like, this one's already gone, so...
Just drop it.
Yeah, go ahead and take it back, and
It seems heavier than it was before.
that's concerning, as I kind of just, like, turn it with my thumb a bit. Can I see inside of this now?
Yeah.
Like,
You
wherever
can
it's opened up?
see there's like you know, like the musical instrument that like are gear focused, that you use gear to produce music.
Yeah.
You see those gears kind of inside, and they don't seem to be synced up with the music you're hearing. It's almost two different tones now. And you get the sense that those gears may need to be twisted or adjusted to sync up with the music you're hearing.
No, give me a second. I go ahead and, like, with my other hand, reach into my bag for my tinker's tools. I want to see if I can kind of adjust any of the gears to match up correctly.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me. Do you have any instrument proficiencies?
No, I just have proficiencies with smiths, thieves, tinkers, and monster harvesting tools.
Okay, so I'm gonna just use. Go ahead.
I can provide the help action as I am proficient in all instruments and all tools.
Okay. I'll say both of you can either roll together or roll at advantage. You can use your tinker's tools for your bonus, your proficiency bonus. Yeah. Oh, and you have bless. Don't forget, kill him. You have bless.
Oh yeah, I have bless.
I think in this moment, like, as I'm kind of like leaning over, I motion for Kayla to come up and just kind of start like pointing out the gears.
Yeah, no, see, it's like ha 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 ha,
just, like,
not ha 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 ha.
over and just moving the stuff to match. All right, I think maybe just this little over here. Should we both just roll a die?
We need like a C sharp. We don't need a C flat. We need a.
Look, you're the musically inclined one. I'm just the one who fixes gears. All right. If you want, we can both roll die for funsies.
Yeah. And bless is a D4, right?
No, it's bless. Just makes your attack rolls and saving throws.
No, it adds. Like, bless you add.
Bless up to 3 creatures in range. Attack rolls or saving throws. This is
or
check.
D, right? Okay, yeah. I would say D4 though, but for those things.
Yeah, only for attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah, not checks. That's guidance.
Yeah.
No, you not understanding music and me not understanding gears, these rolls make sense.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, I rolled a 6.
Okay.
And I rolled a 5. No. Ha 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 ha.
You get nowhere. You're able to like kind of slow down one of the things, and you hear the music kind of start to shift, but it is not. You're not able to figure out how to exactly work this puzzle right now.
I'm so dumb. Oh my god. I look at the cube, I look at Kiln. You know what? Sometimes I'm real smart, sometimes I'm real dumb. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mending on the fucking cube.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Well, damn.
It is
Alright,
apparently working as intended and does not appear to be broken at all.
Kiln, I don't like this puzzle.
I mean, I don't either. Kind of hurt. I'm gonna be honest.
Mel, do you want to look at this? Maybe you're gonna see something we don't.
Yeah, I mean, Mel will.
You gotta match it. Like, you got that C sharp. You gotta hit that C sharp.
Yeah, Mel doesn't look at it that way. She's just like she starts to like write out some notes in her book, and she starts to like you can see like she's like writing out like different like graphs and like you like different equations, and she's trying to figure out in the most lamest way about this how to find out the intricacies of the layout of the like puzzle before her.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Sure. 15.
Even with a 15, you realize that you gotta like match the music up with these gears, but you're unable to kind of get you don't have a musical ear, really.
Right.
Yeah, you're not able to kind of get it synced up.
Okay. Then I guess like we'll kind of maybe do well, maybe we can do one at a time and see what sounds the same. I do this and you do that. And
All right.
Go back and forth.
I'll let you guys do one more check for this puzzle for this. One person can roll at advantage. Who's gonna take it?
I'm gonna give someone guidance.
For the music, would it align with, say, performance?
I would accept a performance check, sure.
Who has the best performance?
Yeah, I was like,
I have a +3.
You
Yeah,
wanna
so
touch
I
the
have a
box?
I have a +3 to sleight of hand, and I'm proficient in all instruments.
You can use sleight of hand if you want. I said sleight of hand, investigation, any skill that you think would be appropriate for this.
Probably don't have our ghost friend touch the plate thing that wants to pull him into it.
But could I still sing at it and not touch it?
You want to sing at it? Is that what you
The
said?
sing at
Wasn't that?
No, we have to match
Move
the
the
gear
gears.
sounds. Yeah, we have to move the gears so that their sounds match the song that we're hearing.
I vote that since Killen is currently blessed, and I pray to RNGesus.
Well, Bless isn't doing anything.
Well,
I know.
I got guidance. Guidance. Boom, guidance.
Okay.
I vote Killen.
Everyone looking at me, and I again give that big sigh. Hand in
All right.
here.
So
Look,
Killen.
Killen, you got the musical ears. I can just move stuff around, but like this is a music you puzzle.
All right, so Killen, you're gonna use your sleight of hand skill, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna sleight of hand because you're proficient with every musical instrument. I'm gonna give you an extra proficiency bonus on top of that, and then you've got bless. Then you've got
Guidance.
Guidance. Thank you. And you're at
D4, I
advantage
believe.
because of help from Zyda.
Okay.
We're pulling everything we got for this.
Jesus Christ.
But this is the
Okay.
last time you guys can try unlocking this cube for tonight.
Okay. So I rolled 21, and then plus an additional 3 would be 24, and then plus the D4 from guidance would be another 3, so 27.
Okay.
We will lock in.
27.
Right.
You turn those gears inside and you match up the frequencies to it before the entire cube splits open again, turning inside out as those gears seem to be folded into some space. Now the cube has folded in on itself and out from itself in this multi-dimensional space, and it's now longer and almost looks like this rectangular design with those corners still flipped out. And you see tink 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 3 cute coins fall out from within. And very suddenly there is a inhalation from this box, this cube, this puzzle. You start to hear screams around you. You see as spirits begin to pull through the walls. You see people that you've seen tonight in the night market. You're only seeing the specters that inhabited the city, as they are all pulled into this cube. You thank the gods in this moment that Smog is tucked away in his own pocket dimension, as all the spirits that inhabit this island are pulled in to this puzzle box. And you see 3 coins on the floor. This glowing rune etched across the top of it. That is where we're going to call it for tonight.
My ears are just pouring smoke.
Okay. All right. That is going to end it for us tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Real quick, who wants to shout out the things they got going on this week?
Sunday, Subnautica, woo! Here on Twitch, Zella. Yep. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, go check out Paracosm Entertainment. There's tons of videos there. If you want to hear 45 minutes of them discussing the dragons and the bees, it's episode 1. If you want a song stuck in your head forever, that's episode 2. go watch those.
Yeah, catch me at Vegas the Wanderer. I'm going to go over my Gen Con schedule, things you can find me, my after parties, my games, and of course, talking hella Dungeon Caller Carl.
All right. You can catch us next week on Wednesday for Shifting Sands. I'm sorry, Van. Did you have something you want to shout out? Okay.
Me? No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Keep an eye on our social media, because we will be posting up when Tales of Pantheon's friend of the channel is got their live stream game from the digital convention that they're at. That being said, I got nothing else. If you guys got nothing else, remember, we love you, geeks. Good night.